I'll actually send to you also, Lauren. I have a set of YouTube videos I already made.
Oh, okay,
Walk
cool.
you through step by step, and
Okay,
there's
cool.
step by step for the professors and a step by step for the students. So I'll send you both of those so you have this. I need to use the computer right now, so you need to get out of my face. So pretty easy. You're going to go to the Coached website and you're going to click login.
What is my login? Is it the same as UNG?
So no, it is not going to be the same as UNG. So it is your email address. You're going to have to, my guess is you probably don't have the email anymore of what your password is. So I'll show you how to reset your password.
Okay.
But I have that in the videos too, like how to reset
Okay.
your password. Yeah. I knew all of the things. So I've actually, the ones I've created, they're actually using like the coached people who like run the product. They're actually using my videos because they're like, oh, your videos are really good. I'm like, good. I'm glad to hear that. So let me log out and log back in just so that I can show you the login. So here's your login screen. For forgot your password right here underneath where it says login, just click forgot my password. Your username is your email address.
Okay. Is it the LL Bradshaw or Lauren.Bradshaw?
It should be Lauren.Bradshaw.
Okay, not LL Bradshaw.
No, it should be
Okay.
Lauren.Bradshaw.
Okay.
And then your login will just come directly to your email. My guess is it will go to your spam folder. So just
Okay.
check your spam folder and check your other folder, and it will come from
Okay.
coachedadmin@virginia.edu.
Okay.
That's how the email will come to you. So once you reset your password, you'll be able to log in, and you'll just click login. Why are you being obnoxious to me right now? Just do this and get me into the website. I was logged in earlier today, so sometimes that happens to me. My internet's being slow in my house.
It's fine.
It's really, once you get logged in, it's pretty easy to navigate. I don't think that you're going to have any problems. Okay, so this is what your dashboard will look like. Yours won't be quite as busy as mine, obviously, because I have more stuff. But to start your observation with your student, you're just going to click begin observation, which is right here, the button right here at the top.
Is this for a live one or one that's already recorded?
It can be done for either. So you
Okay.
can do one in person or you can do one that is a video. So I'm going to show you the first thing you need to do before you even get started, because you haven't been in here yet. You haven't set up your template yet. So you need to set up your template. So for right now, I'm going to have you go to scan yourself and click OK. And you're just going to skip where it says select a video because you're not going to use a video. And what you're going to do is see where it says use an existing template or create a new one. You're going to click on there. Okay, because we're going to create a template. So when you create your initial template, this is you deciding what is important to you in an observation. Okay. And this is where it becomes very personalized for you as a professor. So there are 3 different areas or 4 rather different areas of the observation template. The first is our buttons. Okay. Our buttons are going to be where we collect event data. So if you want to count the number of times students are asking questions, you're going to use buttons for that. If you want to count the number of the different types of questions students are asking. So OTR is questions, opportunities to respond. So students might be if you're really worried about deep questioning, rote questioning, or choral questioning, but you're not going to see a lot of choral in middle or high school, but we see a lot of it in elementary, obviously. So if that is something, this is when you decide what is important to you as a professor of what you are observing in the classroom. Okay. You can either choose to select to have those buttons there, or you can choose not to have those buttons there. And even if the buttons are there, you don't necessarily even have to use them if you don't want to. Okay.
I'm really not interested in that
Okay.
at all.
So all you have to do is unclick
Okay.
all of these boxes. So unclick
Yeah.
da 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 da, and you're just going to go through all of these and unclick all of these. Brady, I hear you, and you are fine. That's my other bulldog. So the second piece is media. And they say media, but I think of this more as what other things are you adding into your lesson? So are you using text? Are you using a diagram or graph? Are you using manipulatives or specific objects, pictures, movies, adapted text, or response options? So again, this can be something that you can either choose to have there or choose not to have there. Okay. So I'm actually, as we're doing this together, I'm going to create this template for you and I'm going to send it
Okay.
so you'll be able to use it. Okay.
Okay.
So this next part is the biggest part, and I'm going to unclick everything first. Because we're doing this the first time, sometimes it takes a few seconds longer. So this is what I consider kind of the most important part. And the way that Coach breaks this next part down is into categories, practices, and implementation markers. Think of this kind of as a triangle. Categories are your big picture. Your practices are what happens within your big picture. And your implementation markers are what are you seeing the students actually do in their lesson. Okay, so I always go over to, when I'm first doing this, is I always go over to, is it this one? No, it's not that one. It'll be good for you at some point in time just to kind of click your way through these and be like, oh, okay, that's what that is, when you have more time. Right now is not the time to do it. So I usually go over here to explicit instruction. Because this is when you're seeing the I do it, we do it, you do it parts of the lesson. Okay. So a lot of times this is something that I'm really looking for when I go into observe a lesson. I'm looking for my students to do the anticipatory set, or preview the lesson. I'm looking for them to do some type of whole group instruction. I'm looking for some guided practice, and then I'm looking for some independent practice. So when you go to this explicit instruction generic, this is where you're going to get those implementation markers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So when you're going,
I just don't. This is just so very different from how I do observation styles, and I understand the function of it, but I just I like to just write.
So I'm going to show you where you can do all of that.
Okay.
So that's coming. That's the next step. So I'm going to show you where you can just put a bunch of narrative in there and just have narrative and don't even have any of the rest of this stuff. Okay. Eventually you may want to do that. For right now, I'm just going to keep a couple of these just so that you have something there, because we want to have something. And I'm just going to keep like anticipatory set, doing, if they're doing something non-instructional, but that's all I'm going to keep on here for you right now. And then I'm going to save this and I'm going to call this Bradshaw template. And I'm going to share it. People in MSSE will be able to see it. So you have the ability to share it with other people, but you just do MSSE and that's it, right? You're not doing, are you doing post-bac and MAT?
I do post-bac and MAT,
Okay,
but I don't usually do observation, but it's okay. You can put it there.
I'll put it there so that you have it there if you're doing that. So now we're done. Okay, now we're ready to start our observation, and you'll see that the loaded template is the one that we just made. And we're going to go up here to the top. This button is actually moving. See where it says continue with Bradshaw template settings? If you click there, now your observation is going to start. Okay. When you start your observation, you're going to put it, this is just your metadata. So what grade level are they teaching? This is an 8th grade lesson. I'm observing history. this is not necessarily important for you to have there. I put it if I'm doing a face-to-face, just because I can count the number of students. If I'm doing a video, I can't necessarily count the number of students. And it doesn't necessarily matter in the long run.
Okay.
Okay. And then you just click continue. And now you're ready to start your observation. Now, all of your notes, all of that, I want to write some notes to my student. See where it says general note here? That's a text box. Okay. So I can write, I like how you started your lesson. And I click send. And this was an excellent use of anticipatory setup. And I click done. You have to start your lesson. You have to press the play button in order for it to start recording the lesson. Okay, so it starts your observation. And you just keep putting in your notes. As you're putting in your notes, you click send and it sends it to the observation. And then you put in some more notes and click send, it saves it to the observation. Every time you click send, it sends it to the observation. And it times.
How do you select the observation though?
I'm going to show you that in a second. I'm just
Okay.
showing you like what this looks like. So this is what your template is going to look like. If you had the buttons, they would be over here on the right-hand side. Okay, but we chose not to do those, so we don't have to worry about those. All you're doing is typing in information. If you want to put vocabulary terms that the student uses, that automatically is going to be there. If you want to record what the class is doing, so the students are answering questions, you can do that here. Again, it's not necessary, but if you want to record it, you can record it. Okay. Obviously, you're not going to be seeing co-teaching because you're not doing co-teaching. And the notes on culturally responsive efforts automatically is going to show up. And if you want to record something that you think your student did well on some culturally responsive efforts, you can do that here. Okay. When you're done with your observation, you're completely finished. You just click complete scan. It's going to ask you, are you sure? You're going to say, okay. And then this is what your observation looks like. You can always add in any more information you want. You can add in more notes here. So if you took notes on a piece of paper, you can add more notes here under practice-based feedback. You can add in more reflective notes if you want. You can add in a general overview of the lesson, goals for the next lesson. You can do any of that. You can do that right here. These are all can be edited. But you'll notice that the notes that I had for the student of when I saw them do specific things are time-stamped here. Okay. So after you're done with all of that, you're going to click Save Changes. I always save the changes. And then you just click to send the feedback link or Save Changes, and it automatically is going to show up for the student.
Okay.
They don't have to do anything else, okay, except for do that. So how do you find a student and how do you know what to do for them? So go back to your dashboard. And this is how you'll actually get started when you're doing your observations. So you'll be at your dashboard. It'll take me a second to get there to load on. Brady, leave the Christmas. Brady, no. Do not pee on that tree. Don't you dare. Okay. So we're going to begin an observation. Okay, so you're going to log in. You get this screen here. You're going to see institution management, but that's all you're going to see. You're going to see any of the rest of this nonsense. So you're going to begin an observation, and you're going to scan an existing account.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to click OK. And then you're going to be given a list of students. Now, it's a huge list. So tell me one of your students' names.
Hannah.
Anna.
No, Hannah.
Hannah. You got a last name?
Oh, Lord. You know.
Hannah Fleming, maybe?
That might be her. Hold on.
She's MSSE, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
Stop it. Right now. You dropped your ball back there, didn't you? You dropped it behind the tree. Hold on 1 second.
No problem.
What did you drop back there? There's nothing back there, you. Here's your boat. Does that? There you go. It's sitting right in front of the tree. Okay, Hannah Fleming.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go down to Hannah and I'm just gonna click on her name and see how it's pink now. After I choose her, now you're gonna see her videos are gonna pop up.
Okay.
And right there. And they are going to automatically have her name at the end of it.
Okay. Well, she has a
Okay.
lot of videos.
No,
Those are
she
not all
doesn't.
for
She only
me.
has one. She only has
Oh,
one.
okay. It
These
looked
are all
like her.
my videos. Those are my
Oh,
videos.
okay.
The
Okay.
student videos have their name at the end of it.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to choose that and we're going to click OK. We're going to use an existing template because remember I showed you we're going to use one that we chose and click OK. And then when you go here, see where it says select a template to use?
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a drop down and here is your Bradshaw template.
Okay.
We're going to load that template. We're going to click load template. And you'll see everything has gone away now, right? It's just the things you and I picked before.
Oh, okay. I
Okay.
don't see, I just see load template. I don't see, okay.
Yeah, but you'll see that none of that is clicked anymore.
Okay, got it.
Okay. And then we're going to continue with the settings. So go up to the top where it says continue with settings. And everything is loaded, ready to go.
Okay.
Okay, so Hannah is teaching 7th grade. She's doing a history block. I don't really care the number of students. I'm going to click continue. Now, if you have 2 screens, you can drag your video onto a second screen so you have it bigger for you to see.
Okay.
Also can make it bigger by just going down here. Yeah, that does not do it, does it? I'm going to have to show them that. So you can make that bigger. And you can put it right here, right next to you.
Okay.
How
do you hit play on the video?
Right.
Okay, you just click it.
Yep. And actually did that. It screwed something up for me. I might have to go back into this. That was really weird. Sorry, it did something really strange, and I just want to go back and look at that again. Because it should pop up with a box underneath it that you can put in notes, and I don't know if that went away when I made it bigger.
Oh. Excuse me.
Okay. So I'm going to go to my dashboard. You also can search for your student by clicking observations, and you can click begin observation right next to your student. So you can do it either way. You can search for your student either way. It doesn't matter. Actually, I'm going to do that this way. Contains. And here is Hannah Fleming, and I'm going to begin my observation. And again, here's her video. I'm going to click OK. Why did that do that? Okay, I'm gonna have to talk to them about this because that's not supposed to be like that. Anyway, it's not gonna matter for you.
Okay.
You're just gonna click on the video itself. If it pops up, it's supposed to pop up with a box underneath it that you can add notes here as well.
Okay.
But for some reason, it's not doing that right now for me, and I don't know why. So I'm going to have to find out about that. So as soon as you click on the video itself and you click on her picture, watch what happens.
All right, my friends.
The timer starts.
So today we're going to do something a little bit different.
Okay. If you pause it, it automatically pauses it. So you can
you rewind it? Or
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering where that box went to, because it's supposed to have a box underneath it that I can rewind it, that I
And
can
you
go back to the
skip
beginning.
forward and go like move it back and forth.
Yeah.
So it
There-
should have that
It
on
should
there.
have that underneath it, and I don't know why that's not there, but I'm gonna email the developers as soon as I get off this call with you.
Okay.
Because when you use that box, there's actually a button that says pin. And what you can do is you can put your notes right there in the video and click pin. Then when your student is watching it back, they can click on the
pin.
video. Yeah,
it.
it brings it right to that moment of the video so they can see your comment and see your video at the same, see what they were doing at the same point in time,
Okay.
which is
Yeah,
super cool.
So there's nothing at this moment that we can do to make it go like back and
No,
forth.
because I'm not seeing where that is. I do not know
Okay.
why it's not there. And like
Okay.
probably as soon as I get off this call with you, I'm going to call Rachel and be like, where is it? Why did it go away on me? And
That I definitely use that, especially with
I do too, especially when I'm watching videos. I 100% do, but that's
Yeah.
completely gone right now, and I don't know why. So I will find
maybe
out.
they're updating something.
It's very possible. So as you're watching your video,
We're gonna do our warm up as a unit. Okay, this is going to be a teamwork warm up. Okay, I'm gonna put a problem on the board.
Oh, don't. Oh,
I
okay.
want y'all to tell me.
say that again. I'm
You-
not going to say this. So it'll
You didn't actually send it to her, did you?
No. I'm not
Okay.
saying anything to her right now. I'm just showing you that this is how it works.
Okay.
I'm
Oh, that's a really unflattering picture of poor Hannah. Okay.
I know. No,
I'm really harsh. I'm harsh on my opening, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, you're not going to see.
Okay.
You're going to put your own comments in there. So
Okay.
you'll be able to put your own comments in there, and I'm not going to save this. It'll be completely gone.
So you have to hit save for it to actually go to her.
Exactly. Yeah, you have
Okay,
to
cool.
actually complete the scan in order for it to do it. Mhm.
I'm gonna be I'm probably not gonna be. Please don't hate me. I'm probably not gonna be using these digital tools. I like to just have a conversation with them, and
do too.
instead
No,
of them
I don't-
stressing about text and everything. And then I do a very vague write up at the
Mhm.
end. But it's more about the conversation.
Oh,
Thank you so
100%.
much, Jennifer. I appreciate it.
100%. And I hear you. I mean, I use it as, because I like to have the conversations as well. I use it more of a tool to guide my conversation with my students. That's
Yeah.
how I use it, is I use it for that, unless I'm really trying to collect data on them doing something. So when I was working with my students, like really specifically on the type of questioning that they were using in the class, I used it a lot when I was doing that, because
Okay.
I wanted that, like, I needed them to practice it. I needed them to see that they were only asking this type of question. When I was really working with them, and I do this especially with my seniors, like second semester, when I'm working on like really tough things with them, because they've already got the basics down. I'm working on the hard things. When I'm really working with them on feedback and how they're giving feedback to students, I use the buttons a lot. Are you just saying, yeah, good, great, nice, bad? Or are you being really specific with your feedback? And I try and get them away from, the immediate feedback, to being more specific feedback. So I use it a lot with that. And I use it to guide those kinds of conversations.
Gotcha.
So that's what I use it a lot for. Or if I've gone over something in class that I've said, you have to have this component, this component, this component, and this component in your lesson, and I need to see you do that. I'll use it for something like that, where I'm actually showing them, you did this, 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 and this. That's my other bulldog. That's making all the noise.
I want to show you mine. I'm gonna have to go get him before.
That's my big boy.
Yeah,
That's
I have a
Aiden.
60-pound big boy or big
Okay.
girl. That's nothing.
He is 75.
What? Really?
Uh-huh. He is
It's
70.
all very compact.
Yeah, he's very compact. He's all muscle.
He's all muscle. Let me see.
I see you. I see you. Come on. Come sit with mama. Come sit in the seat. He's so glad I'll tell you what.
Girl, can I show how pretty you are?